The handover of Hong Kong from British to Chinese sovereignty marks a significant event in modern history, encapsulating complex geopolitical dynamics, colonial legacies, and the aspirations of a people caught between two worlds. Spanning centuries of imperial rule, the handover on July 1, 1997, symbolized the end of British colonialism in Asia and the beginning of a new chapter for Hong Kong under the one country, two systems principle. To provide a comprehensive overview, we must delve into the historical context, the negotiations leading up to the handover, and the subsequent developments in Hong Kong's political, social, and economic landscape. Historical background: British colonial rule. The story of Hong Kong's modern history traces back to the First Opium War, 1839 to 1842, during which Britain, seeking to expand its trade in China, seized the island of Hong Kong from the declining Qing dynasty under the Treaty of Nanking in 1842. Subsequent treaties and agreements expanded British control over the region, including the Kowloon Peninsula in 1860 and the New Territories in 1898 under a 99-year lease agreement. Development under British rule. Under British colonial administration, Hong Kong flourished into a global financial hub and a bustling metropolis. Its strategic location, free market policies, and rule of law attracted businesses, immigrants, and investors from around the world, contributing to its economic success and cultural vibrancy. However, the colonial period was also marked by social inequality, limited democratic representation, and tensions between the British colonial government and the local population. Negotiations and the Sino-British Joint Declaration. Context and background. As the expiration of the New Territories lease approached in the late 20th century, negotiations between Britain and China regarding the future of Hong Kong intensified. Deng Xiaoping's One Country, Two Systems framework emerged as a solution to reconcile China's sovereignty claims with Hong Kong's distinct socio-political system and capitalist economy. Sino-British Joint Declaration, 1984. In 1984, British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and Chinese Premier Zhao Ziyang signed the Sino-British Joint Declaration, outlining the terms of Hong Kong's handover. The agreement stipulated that Hong Kong would revert to Chinese sovereignty on July 1, 1997, while maintaining its capitalist system, common law legal framework, and high degree of autonomy for at least 50 years under the principle of one country, two systems. Basic law. Following the joint declaration, the Basic Law of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, HKSAR, was drafted as a mini-constitution, providing the legal framework for Hong Kong's governance after the handover. It enshrined the principles of one country, two systems, Hong Kong people governing Hong Kong, and a high degree of autonomy, along with specific provisions regarding the political structure, human rights, and rule of law in Hong Kong. The handover and beyond. Handover Ceremony, 1997. On July 1, 1997, amidst ceremonial pomp and circumstance, the Union Jack was lowered for the last time over Government House, and the flag of the People's Republic of China was raised, symbolizing the transfer of sovereignty. Chinese President Jiang Zemin declared the establishment of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, marking the beginning of a new era for Hong Kong. Challenges and changes. The handover ushered in a period of transition and adaptation for Hong Kong. While the territory retained its economic vitality and international status, challenges emerged in various spheres. Political tensions between pro-democracy activists and the Chinese government intensified over issues of electoral reform, democratic representation, and the preservation of civil liberties. Social discontent grew as income inequality widened, housing prices soared, and concerns over mainland Chinese influence increased. Umbrella Movement, 2014. In 2014, the Umbrella Movement emerged as a significant pro-democracy protest in response to China's decision to impose restrictions on the nomination process for Hong Kong's chief executive. Thousands of protesters occupied major thoroughfares in Hong Kong's financial district for months, demanding genuine universal suffrage and democratic reforms. While the movement did not achieve its immediate goals, it galvanized a new generation of activists and heightened international attention on Hong Kong's political situation. National Security Law, 2020. The enactment of the National Security Law in 2020 by the Chinese government sparked renewed concerns over the erosion of Hong Kong's autonomy and civil liberties. The law criminalizes secession, subversion, terrorism, and collusion with foreign forces, granting extensive powers to mainland Chinese authorities to suppress dissent and political opposition in Hong Kong. Critics argue that the law undermines the principle of one country, two systems, and poses a threat to Hong Kong's freedoms and rule of law. Conclusion: the handover of Hong Kong represents a pivotal moment in the intertwined histories of Britain, China, and Hong Kong, embodying the complexities of colonialism, nationalism, and globalization in the modern era. As Hong Kong navigates the challenges and opportunities of its post-handover reality, its people continue to grapple with questions of identity, democracy, and the preservation of their unique way of life. Whether Hong Kong can reconcile its dual identities and preserve its freedoms within the framework of one country, two systems, remains an open question, with implications that reverberate far beyond its borders. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel.